All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew episode 1104. 1104. Sorry about the late start. I literally just got some news, some great news. I'm going to share that with you in just a second. So I wanted to make sure to get this in there because we got a passer. We got a passer. So we got to talk about that. So I want to make sure we recognize that. But first off, this is the Studying Brew. This is free. This is the 30 minutes of that studying edge that you've been looking for. It is what liberates you from the boring. It's what you've been looking for to be a little bit easier on your brain. It is the fun that you're hoping to connect to. It is the thing that you wanted to get that extra 10% so you can get that studying securities license pass notice. Why? Because the only thing we talk about here is getting a pass notice. So welcome, because you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here, and that is what is important. My name is Andy. I am the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz, but you're not here anything I have to do with me talking. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. And more importantly, all the things you don't need to know. Ooh, we're going to have that tonight. And guess what? So that way you can get a pass notice, because that's what we're talking about. We just talking about pass notices. I know there's some of you who've been studying for a minute. Maybe you use other study programs. Maybe you are keen to have other people's stuff, and that's cool. That's cool. And a lot of times you get through that stuff and you realize, holy smokes, this is like a 2-month program. Holy moly, this is like what is this? 19 units? Say what? What? I gotta go do this for 83 hours on a weekend and remember everything and then go test? What? Guys, we don't do that here. We don't do none of that there. We don't do none of that. Why? Because we got our own stuff. We got our own plans. We got our own 21-day plan that goes through all the stuff you need to know so we can expedite it. How do we expedite? We focus on things you need to know and we leave out all the other nonsense. Right, Brandy?
Yes.
If I'm going to go look at questions for Comstock, when I'm going to get tested on, am I tested on who developed, who discovered it, who wrote it first? Why do we use it? Here's the story of it for 3 pages long.
No.
Can we just get what Comstock's all about just with a few 3 words and that's it?
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all look, I'm going to make it simple for you. On these exam questions that we're going to go over tonight, because tonight is it's a nice taste of what we do in our exam mastery sessions. If you came here to go learn about options tonight, no, we're not doing that. If you want to come here and you want to learn about how to get just some questions right and a new way and approach to looking at these multiple choice exams, so that way you can just get a right answer, even if I don't know anything about content, maybe if I don't know what's going on, maybe when I'm in, I want you all to close your eyes right now. Close your eyes. Imagine you're in the exam room. You got those crusty headphones on so you can't hear anybody. You're trying to still figure out why they're still using mice for the computer with a cord. You're also wondering why they have Windows 95 on the screen. Didn't even know any of that existed anymore. But more importantly, you have those noise canceling headphones on. Your heart is racing. You're starting to feel that little cold sweat, that little bead of cold sweat going down your back. Your little hairs on the back of your head are going a little bit, your neck. You're trying to remember everything. Your heart's starting to beat hard, getting a little bit of a sweat. You're still trying to remember everything that you remembered and hoping like you wrote, you remember all that stuff you learned in that 83-hour crash course or over all that content you learned over 2 months period or 3 months. And you're like, well, here it goes. And now we're just doing this exam based on your remembering everything that you just learned. You don't have any strategies. You don't have any techniques to get in there. You don't have any way to break down these questions. And that's what all you're left with. That's what happens when you don't use Kona. Now, when you use Kona, not only do you just have the little bit of stuff that you need to know, because Brandy made it simple. She has it in her books, her study guides, right, Brandy?
Yes.
She has it in those exam mastery. She shows you how to get going on it. But not only that, but you were in exam masteries with Kona. And you realize, Brandy told me there'd be days like this. Shoot, I'm racing around in my head. I just drank a quart of Red Bull. Good thing I was with Brandy because I got my techniques. You got a great way to look at this. We do exam mastery every Friday. Brandy shows you how to break it down like Charlie Brown so you can just get a right answer. If you don't know what's what, you can't think straight. You don't even know if you left water for the kids or you left the dogs outside or vice versa. Guess what? It's cool. Brandy's got you covered. You want to be in those exam masteries. And we're going to show you a little bit tonight with 6 different questions from 6 different exams, and we're going to make it happen.
Yes.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
But most importantly, guys, you're on a system. It doesn't matter what exam you plug into it. It don't matter. It don't matter because you're just going to plug the next one in and you plug the next one in and then you go and get yourself a pass notice and you're done. We want to move through multiple exams and this is a system. So if you haven't joined us yet, scan the QR code, hit the links. We got books, SIE 663, 65, 26. And if you have the membership, we got interactive videos that play in it. We got the Kona community on Discord. Brandy, I am on a weekend, a Memorial weekend. The whole family is in the pool. I am studying by myself. I need some people to study with. Guess what? Go on that Discord. Hit people up. There's some people in there trying to raise their level. Or maybe you just need Brandy to help you out while you're doing that study. Brandy will see what she's doing and she'll say, oh, look at that.
Yes, I will.
Juan Jimenez has a question. Let's drop everything as we do, since he's on right now. And when we drop everything and we go and answer that, right?
Right.
And we get it done. And you don't feel like you're alone. And that's the most important part. And if you need help getting onto it, and listen, if I don't get back to you directly, it's probably because I don't have service, to be honest with you. But 951-290-3077. Give me a call, give me a text. We also got an email at KonaButterflyz@gmail.com. And that way you can get it done. So scan the QR code, hit the links. Let's go, Brandy. Let's talk about tomorrow's schedule real quick. We got Kona Study Hall. Simply, you just start doing your own quiz on your own, and you can raise your hand, and Brandy can help you out with that question you're stuck on. Maybe you haven't started yet. Maybe you're having trouble with all kinds of little different things. Maybe you just need to talk to a teacher, professor, whatever, right? Get some direction roll snap, in a snap, Brandy's on there. That's what we do in that hour. She helps you out. Kona Exam Mastery. That's what I was just talking about. Where you don't know nothing about nothing. Guess what? Tomorrow, Brandy's going to do a live quiz. She's not going to prep it out. She's not going to have screenshots of cherry-picked questions.
Nope.
She's going to break it out just like you do and go through them and show you how she does it. The other night, we were in an office and Brandy did 10 questions in 7 minutes, and that was slow. She slowed it down for everybody can see what's going on. She likes to encourage people. She doesn't want to give her lightning speed of 2 minutes because then everybody be like, oh, that's not fair. But you know what? She did 7 minutes.
I did so.
She'll show you how to do that. And then we got the series 26. So you got to be there so that way you know. All right. If you're not following us on Instagram, I wish you would. I tell you what. Because when they let me know and they send me a picture, guess what? We add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame because we got a passer. We got a passer. Yes, we do. We got a passer. I just want to say congratulations are in order because this is I want to say in the last 2 weeks we've had 3, maybe 4 fully licensed. This is our third 63 passer who have gone through the whole program, lickety split, 1, 2, 3, got them all done, and we are proud to add Nikki to the Series 63 passer. She is now fully licensed in there, got it done. First attempt on every exam. She said, hi, Brandy and Andy. I wanted to share that I passed my 63 yesterday, but she didn't want to compete with Juan Jimenez. I get it. Nobody wants to. She wanted to have her own day. But do you know what's funny? Juan's going to talk in a minute.
Yes, he is.
Yes. So, sorry. This time I had to I constantly tell myself to observe the keywords and finding any techniques when I was reviewing the question since I would get distracted easily. Preach, right, Brandy?
I hear you.
Preach.
I hear you.
I also used the study guide and rewatched all the old Series 63 videos. These tools were also beneficial to me passing. Thank you, Kona, for helping me pass all 3 of my tests. I didn't think I would ever get here.
Oh my goodness.
That is the highest compliment you could ever give us, by the way. When someone says, I didn't think I could ever do this, and then you achieved it, you can't say thank you enough.
No.
That's the highest thanks that we could possibly get. And we are more than honored and welcome to just say, welcome to the Series 63. You are fully licensed, Nikki. We are so dang proud of you.
So very proud.
So proud of you. Anything you want to add about Nikki? I will say this. I will add this. She was on the Discord. She did ask a lot of questions, and she was very coachable to the program and stuck to the program.
She did.
Yeah. So congratulations to you, Nikki. It is in order on getting this done. Fully licensed.
That's amazing.
All right. Well, last night we talked about this guy, but he was, you know what? To be all honest, I mean, he went on one heck of a journey. He did. He went on one heck of a journey. And when you're on one heck of a journey, uh, sometimes you gotta pop some bottles and jump in the jacuzzi. And he was willing to talk last night, but I was like, we can't have you in the jacuzzi like you're DJ Khaled. So we'll just wait till you're done, the party's done, and then we'll have you on to talk to the team because this is such a high honor to have you on here. Congratulations, Juan. We are so dang proud of you. Welcome to the Study and Brew.
Thank you, guys. How you guys doing? Can you guys hear me?
I can't hear you. Hold on. It's on my end. Go ahead.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, you can. That was me. Hey, I just want to do this because you didn't hear me do it yesterday. We got a passer!
Let's go!
We got a passer. Congratulations, Juan. Fully licensed. Yeah! Woo! So excited. All right, let's hear it. What does it feel like? What did you do? What can you offer everybody?
Oh man, all I can tell you guys is that it's so freaking worth it. If you know a little bit about my story, these exams were my Goliath, right? They were my Goliath for so many years, man, for so many years. And I've been with Kona since then, right? I've been with Kona since then. I think I'm the most loyal student that Kona's ever gonna have, and but if it wasn't for the test taking techniques, to be honest with you, because even now I took my exams, sometimes I don't know what the heck they were asking, but because of test taking technique, I'm like, all right, that's the answer. Because I did the process of elimination and all that good stuff. So man, it's awesome, man. I've never lost that faith, guys. Having that faith and having Kona, man, this is just the beginning for everybody. You just got to believe. Something that Brandy texted me before I took my exam, she said, because I said I want to pass these freaking licenses already, and she said, well, believe it. She said, believe, right? And I'm like, dang it, I gotta believe that it's already mine, right? I gotta believe that I'm just gonna walk in there and I already passed it. And that's PMA. They always talk about PMA, positive mental attitude, and it's easier said than done, right? But when you really get there, that's where you really gotta practice the PMA. That's where you really gotta, feel like this is my license, this is my time. Like I'm gonna get this thing done today. I did not come to test. I came to pass. And that's what happened. So yesterday I showed up with that mentality, and it's something that I honestly didn't do the past, I don't know how many times, but the past times I didn't do that. I will walk in there with fear. I will walk in there with that monkey in my back, basically just knowing that it wasn't meant to be for me, and that's why I wouldn't walk out with the pass notice. I will walk out the same as I walked in, which it was defeated. If I already walked in defeated, I will walk out defeated. But this time it was different. I walked in with faith. I honestly felt that, and not pressing religion to anybody, but I felt that the Holy Spirit was there with me, and the Holy Spirit took that exam for me. It was just beautiful, to be honest with you. And it felt amazing. And now I give God the glory for this because, man, this is His glory. And the best is yet to come with these licenses, man. And it's not the end, right? The 63 was just for me to start doing finally transactions. But that doesn't mean that's where I'm going to stop, because 2 weeks from now, I'll be taking the 26. And then my goal is the 65, right? I do want to get that 65 out of the way. So Thank you, Kona. Thank you, man. Andy, Brandy, you guys are always there, even though you guys are always on Zooms after Zooms after Zooms. Man, you guys also have a life outside of Kona, but you guys still manage to get back to us. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys, and thank you all of you for the support. And I hope that this inspired you a little bit, and I hope this gave you a little bit more of faith that it doesn't matter how many times you fail, you really don't fail until when you quit. And I did not quit. So go get it done, guys.
I just want to add while you're on here, Juan is super special to us. Really is. Him and his wife are amazing people. They give a lot to their team. They give a lot to just everyone, really, honestly. At any time, Juan has always been able to be a mentor to us, and in many different aspects, we've always taken it. And this guy is just a heart of gold. And I just want you guys all to know this. It was a journey, and he did, and I will say this, the SIE was the hardest part for him, and I would say most of your exams you didn't pass because it was failed in the car ride. It wasn't even failed in the test center. It was failed in the car ride over there. And I can't stress this enough to you all. And he said it, positive mental attitude is not easy. It's harder said than done, most of us, right? And a lot of it, we bring a lot of that from our past and our history. But as Juan has grown, and he has like grown as a more spiritual person, and really got into his faith. It's not the same Juan who started this a long time ago. It is not the same Juan who started studying, and he has grown so much and matured so much that I'm telling you guys, when he really did really get into his faith is when he really was able to receive that pass notice. When he was able to learn from those failures and not be angry about it and not feel down about it, but really just empowered by it, is when it turned the corner. That's when he really got into it. And you know what? That SIE got knocked out. And I believe the Series 6 you knocked out on the first attempt. The 63 took you 2 attempts only because you were blindsided by the time limit on the 63 on the first one. But honestly, I think you could have passed the last time you took it and got that on the first attempt. So it's just getting in that system and having that faith. And you guys, I want to say that this man right here, and I would reach out if you're in a big event or anything. I would go talk to Juan. It is somebody you want to talk to if you want to have that, if you want to feel someone who can empower you with some faith and believing and never giving up and never quitting. Juan is that guy. And I just want to say extra special thank you to you, Juan, because you are a very, very important person to us, and you're very inspirational. Anything you want to add?
So 2 things. One, when he called, I literally was in the middle of my kid's NPR. I was in the middle. He's like, hello? And he's like, I passed. And I was like, I wanted to cry. I'm like in the middle of all these like kids, these teenagers. You can't cry in front of teenagers, by the way. And it was just an amazing feeling as your coach on this side, right?
My eyes sweat.
Dude,
I didn't cry. My eyes started sweating.
And just everything that you've been through to get this, it's a very special moment. And then my second comment, Juan, did you ever think you'd say that you were going to go for the 65?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
If I ever thought I was going to go for my 65?
Yeah. Did you ever think at all of that time that we studied together, did you ever think that you would say the words, I'm going for my 65?
Hell no. There's no way. I never thought I was even gonna say I'm gonna go for my 63 back then, or for my 6 after I failed the SIE, right? But again, it's taking that one more step, right? And now that I get, I get to do now transactions, I could say the job is not done. That now I feel encouraged, to say let's go for my 26 and then for my 65. Because I mean, if you get the 65, you get paid 4 times more. It's crazy. Like if I already went through all this. Why stop now?
Absolutely.
This is the perfect time to go through it because you already got it in your brain. You're in that mode. Do it now and just get it knocked out.
Yeah, 100%. So yes, Brandy, no, I never thought I was going to say that.
I love it. I love it. But
I have chills on my arm still, just getting that text message from Brandy that Juan passed. I was just like, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't have faith in you. I did have total faith. I just couldn't believe that I finally got to see it, and I was so excited.
So amazing.
It's just like watching your favorite team win the World Series. You know what I mean?
So proud of you, Juan. So
Oh,
Uh,
so
Thank you guys, man. You guys haven't been, man, the biggest help for this journey, to be honest, man. So you guys are included in this, history that we're creating together. So I'm so happy that Kona has always been able to help me. And I have my guys here too. I have Christopher here that he's taking his exam tomorrow. So I'm encouraging my whole team to be involved in this program, follow it to the T, and be coachable. Because I could tell you, and Brandy will tell you, I was not coachable for so many years. They will tell me, hey, test taking techniques, don't don't try to overthink about it. And I'm like, no, but why? It doesn't make sense. This question doesn't make sense. This answer doesn't make sense. And then Brandy's
I know. I
like,
remember.
yeah. And Brandy will be like, but you know the answer. That's what matters. You know the other ones are not it. Don't stress about it. And I'm like, okay, whatever's right. So at the moment I did that and I didn't try to just understand everything. I just knew the other ones were not the answers. That's what really helped me, right? So yes, thank you guys so much, man. Appreciate you guys and love you guys so much.
All right, we'll send love to Cindy and the kids. Thank you so much, and thank you for being on here. And we'll see you soon.
yes.
Take care. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Wow, Juan Jimenez, the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh man.
We saw him get married. Just want to say that.
Yeah.
And we literally have been part of their lives, and they're just great people. So if you ever see them at a big event, I would definitely say what's up to Juan. He's one of a million. Just gonna say that. But it's not about Juan. It's not about Nikki. It's about you. It's about what you need to do to get these licenses. And so we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna do 6 questions, and they're gonna be from 6 different exams. And we're gonna show you it doesn't matter what exam it comes from. Really, honestly, it's just about the way you approach these exam questions. It's about how Brandy's gonna break it down with very little content and techniques. And if you're watching this and you go, "Wow, why are you struggling still?" Go get into our program, scan the QR code, join up, get into the sessions, get into the exam mastery. Stop struggling, stop beating your head against the wall. Get into a system where it doesn't matter. Get all your past notices and be done with it already in the same amount of time most people go through one dang exam. We're going to show you how to get through every one of them in a system. So let's get to it, Brandy.
Do it. Let's do it. A lot of words on the screen.
It is a lot.
Yeah. So, technique, right? So receives a markup, receives a commission, receives a fee, receives a fee. I'm going to focus right there. Similar. I'm going to go into the next part. Only if.
Ooh, you know how we feel about onlys.
I don't really. I'm going to put this not true question mark. And it says regardless of whether it executes. That's the other little thing I want to show you guys. This particular question.
Sorry, they can't hear you.
Executes. I mean, sorry, hold on. Not that one's not executes. That one's executes. This one says only if. What's wrong?
I don't know. Your volume's very low.
I don't know.
Oh, Christopher says he can hear you. No, I turned it up. That's me.
I'm the second one.
Are you? No.
I'm the second one. Watch, because now they can hear me.
Okay, go.
There we go. All right. So we're focused on that, right? So this says regardless if or whether. So that basically says it does not have to. Okay. So it does not have to. This says must have to. Okay. That's what I meant to say. All right. So I like D because D is different. D stands out as I got the two similar C and D. It's also the one that says you don't have to execute a trade. Okay. So I'm pretty sure the answer is D. Guess what? An investment advisor doesn't effect transaction, doesn't execute transactions. An advisor does what? Advises.
That's it.
An advisor advises.
That's all you need to know.
Boom, done. Boom, done. I'm just going, showing you guys all the mapping. All right. I have proxy owner, street name owner, non-objecting beneficial owner, objecting. These are opposite.
Street name owners, like when you're like a big dude and they call you tiny.
What's your street name?
That's my street name.
I don't know. It's Brandy. I'm just kidding.
Little
All right.
puppet.
So non-objecting means you're cool. All right. Okay. I'm cool with that. I'm not objecting it. Objecting means not cool. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So the question says, shareholder who wants, that's a huge thing, to receive corporate communications directly from the issuer.
That means he's cool with it.
That means he's cool with it. So not cool. I'm cool with it. Boom. Done. But I didn't study that.
Don't need to.
Don't need it. Because we know what that means in real life.
Yeah, don't overthink it.
Exactly.
Who cares? Just get it right. Move on.
Just pick the answer. So I'm gonna be real. I answered this with content, but I just realized it's the only one with numbers.
That's how you get an answer without even looking at the question. It's the only answer that had numbers in it. And if you don't know anything and you're confused and whatever, and you're not sure and you're going to guess anyway, and you see an answer there with a number in it, pick that one.
Exactly.
What do you have to lose? That's the best. That's probably the best guess you could give it.
I don't know why I've kept focusing on the fact that it said no load and this one said back end load. If it says no load, how is it a back end load?
No, we just said no load.
Exactly. This doesn't make sense. But
The
anyway.
question is saying no.
Right. So why are we saying yes?
No means no, bro. Not
Right.
Never mind.
Right.
PG.
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right, guys. So I do like to try to throw a number one in.
Yes.
So let's throw a number one in, right? So I have 0 is my lowest,
Mhm.
24 is my highest. I don't know if you guys know this, but 8 times 2 equals 16, and 8 times 3 equals 24. So it's like 8, 16, 24.
Right. They're all
goes up by 8.
divisible by 8.
Yeah. Now, this question, there's a lot going on. Okay. I see the 8%, which is $8. Awesome. Okay. But now there's a couple of things that you have to pay attention. Here's where the content is going to happen. So you guys see how we talk about this being cumulative preferred stock. The one key thing that you needed to know here is that cumulative means current and back. Okay. Current and back. This question in this particular brand's question bank is exactly the same as another question, except for it's non-cumulative, which means everything in the question looks the same except for 3 tiny little letters. That is why you guys got to pay attention to what is happening in the question. Does that make sense? Okay, so current and back has not paid this year and has missed the previous 2. What is that? 8 times 3. Boom, done. It's the highest answer. But I wanted to pick this one. It came up in the choice selection today, and I wanted to pick it because some people will ask us on our Discord. They'll be like, I thought it was only 8. And then I have to point out it says non-cumulative or cumulative because the question is the same.
And it is Thursday, so we teach a little bit of content, but see how much you didn't need to know and how much you need to know.
A little bit. Okay. Only because we had this come up in, I think it was the series 6 this week. Letter of understanding. Huh? Never heard of that. Investment letter. I'm just going to put meh. I don't know. Official statement.
That sounds.
We have heard. Oh, no, it was on the Studying Brew. We heard it was official because it had something to do with municipals.
Oh, that's right.
You remember that?
Right.
And then preliminary means before, right? Before or whatever.
Before something.
Yeah. So official statement or before. A and B probably never have heard of. I've been doing this for 10 years, never used. All right. Which of the following is a disclosure document for a 529 college savings plan? Guys, this is literally the only content you need to know is that a 529 is municipal. But also, doesn't it sound like it's before? I mean, it doesn't sound like it's before either.
No, it sounds like if I was going to make a technique wise, and I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm studying just like everybody else, I would have said a document, official statement sounds good enough to me.
Disclosure document, official statement. All right, I like it. Either one works, guys. See that? Either one works. Also, this is a test topic.
So I would put that, since Brandy pointed out that this is a test topic, and if you're smart and you have something paper right next to you, like you always should when you study, I would write that out. I would make that connection all day long. I would put that on a flashcard. I would have that in my brain like peanut butter and jelly.
Mm-hmm.
A good burrito's got beans in it. I would remember that every time. 529 municipal. Official statement municipal. 529. All three of those connected.
Yeah.
Boom.
And this is a test topic on multiple
Exams.
Multiple, not just one, multiple. And this is the last one. Credit quality. That's probably
It's not like your
good.
credit score.
It is. It's literally your credit score, right?
Are they going to pay me back?
I don't know what's your credit score, right? Number of bonds in an issue. Like, I don't know anything about that, so I'm gonna Time to maturity.
That sounds
Okay,
important.
that sounds important, right? Is this going to be a year? Is it going to be 30 years? Okay, I like that one.
When is that wine good?
Right. And then current interest rates. Am I getting a good interest rate? I wouldn't know unless I look at current interest rates. So that's pretty important. So B becomes the only one that's different only because it's the least important. Does that make sense? It's the least important simply because does anybody even know what that means?
Yeah, it sounds like just an odd statement.
Right.
Oh, it's like your shoes are blue. Oh, okay.
Okay. Right. So which of the following would be least likely to directly impact a bond's yield? Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like we could go into like detail about this, but the reality is that credit score, yes. Maturity, yes. Current interest rates, sure. Number of bonds, we don't even talk about that. Make sense?
It makes sense to me.
All right, cool. That was all 6 questions.
Does it matter the price of beer if it's a 6-pack or a 12-pack? Only when it matters when you buy the pack. I don't know. Anyways, all right, everybody. But if it's single beer, I mean, you think about it, the price of that single beer, I mean, it doesn't, whatever. Put it in a box. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Thank you to Juan for coming on here, breaking away from his DJ Khaled type partying from getting the Series 63. Let me tell you guys, it well deserved. Well deserved. If he told me he was leaving for a month, I'd be like, dude, you should. No, but no, congratulations to Juan. And also congratulations to Nikki, our newest fully licensed. All 3 exams knocked out with us. Same with Juan. First try for her, every single one. So congratulations. Get into a system, folks. Get into a system where it doesn't matter which exam you plug into it. You just get in the exam mastery on how to pass them all. So that way you can just get it done, right? That's what you need to do anyway. So learn from Brandy. We're going to have that tomorrow and that exam mastery on Friday. If you're a member, look for that email that goes out right before the class. It'll be the Zoom code for May. All right, everybody. And remember, the Studying Brew is not on Friday nights. We'll be back on Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be doing some more keyword associations, some more keywords, some more questions, some more exams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And probably maybe a passer. I'm going to say, yeah. I'm going to put it out there. We're going to have a passer to talk about on Monday, too. All right, everybody. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you all so much for being on. We so super appreciate your time with us. Guys, please practice these techniques in your quizzes tonight and through the weekend. We will see you guys next time. Have a great one.